not just the Vatican that is celebrating Pope Leo XIV's election. Many across the United States excited to see an American assume the role for the first time in the Catholic Church's 2,000-year history. His appointment comes at a time when Catholicism in the U.S. has seen a slight decline since the start of the century. Here with us now, Monsignor Kevin Irwin of the New York Archdiocese. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Morning.
NewsNation spoke with Pope Leo's brother, John Prevost, after his brother was elected. Let's listen to that very quickly, Monsignor, and I'll come right back to you.
I think he will be a second Pope Francis. I think he's got great concern for the plight of the poor, for the downtrodden, for the people who don't have a voice. So I think you'll see that kind of action going on.
Monsignor, from what you know of Pope Leo, does that fit the description?
Well, certainly, from the first moment he spoke at the Loggia, he used the vocabulary of Pope Francis again and again and again, and also named Pope Francis particularly. I don't know many popes in their opening address thanked their predecessor, but he did, and did the same thing in the Sistine Chapel yesterday. Words such as peace, everyone's in this together, bridge building, those sorts of words are very much in the craw of Leo XIV, having observed and been a close collaborator of Pope Francis.
There's a lot of excitement surrounding the new Pope. What impacts do you think Leo XIV will have on Catholicism here in the United States?
Well, I want to make a little nuance here. He's the first American Pope in the history of the Church. Fair enough. But this American did not spend much time in America. He spent most of his time in the mountains of Peru in very, very poor circumstances. There were photographs of him on horseback going to say Mass in the mountains. You have photographs of him in very, very tall boots to get around the city. And so he's very much immersed in the need for hands-on pastoral care for many who do not receive it. And that sense of being a part of an impoverished area brings that experience to then leading the Augustinian order to be more committed to those things, and now to the universal church. He comes having walked the walk, and now he can talk the talk.
I love that. I absolutely love you saying that. Many did not believe an American Pope would ever be chosen to lead the Catholic Church, certainly not this time around. What does it say to you that he was elected at this moment in the Church's history?
I would say that he was elected precisely because he was a man assigned to the global South. And it emphasizes that in the last 50 years, population of the Church has gone from the U.S. and Europe down to the global South and Africa. And so the normal Catholic, I would say, in South America is a female, maybe single mother who's got to go out and get water every day for her children. That's the Church he comes from. And that's the Church that really is true and building in our Catholic Church. And the bishops want to be attentive to that.
What issues would you like to see Pope Leo XIV address, at least over the next few weeks and months?
To continue with the principle and the meetings about synodality. We often think about the Church as top-down instructions, but Francis began a series of listening sessions with bishops and cardinals and lay people and religious in the Vatican, and to spend time to listen, to dialogue, and to pray together. That would be the way to move away from a total hierarchical approach to a more synodal approach, listen to people, get the responses, and then come to some consensus.
Well, it's an exciting time, certainly. Monsignor Kevin Irwin, thank you for making time for us again. We appreciate it, sir.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.